She had fought a good fight. She had finished her course. She had kept the faith, and this was her end. Indeed, for Mrs. Oluwatoyin Osho, it was a triumphant end that cheerily altered the tranquility of Osi-Ekiti, a reclusive municipality in the land of honor. Lifeless in an luminous casket, Mrs. Osho's glorious home call loudly bore its significance with a 2-day funeral rite, which commenced with the wake-up service held at her residence in Osi-Ekiti on Thursday, May 10th, 2018. The infectious mood wafted across the vicinity through the efficacy of the heavenly hymns that spilled from the chorister's angle. The service, which was coordinated by clerics from St. Silas Anglican Church, Osi-Ekiti, witnessed explosive renditions that literally triggered the reminiscence of Mama and her life of quality. This was further confirmed by the litany of testimonies by children and loved ones. Special thanksgiving by the children drew the wake-up service to an end. On Friday, the premises of the St. Silas Anglican Church experienced an unusual invasion of community folks, friends, and families from all walks of life. They have all come to pay their last respects to a woman of virtues and worthy character. As expected, lovely songs filled the air as everyone lifted their voices to the high heaven. Mama's widower, Mr. Femi Osho, stared helplessly at the shiny casket that housed the remains of his better half, with no hope of seeing her again. But with the likes of Mrs. Yemi Omoniyi, Toba Osho, and the remaining 2 children who are making waves in the US, Baba Osho can smile again. Although Mrs. Oluwatoyin Osho died at the age of 68, but her life was a testament of commendation, a complete proof of virtues and personification of excellence. This was solidly affirmed in a message delivered by Reverend Owolabi Olusegun Oladele.
There are many people who lived up to 100 years and we cannot even count anything worthy about their life. They are nothing to write home about.
This also accounted for the lively thanksgiving that climaxed the service. Prayers were released on the children by men of God, and the recessional hymns brought the service to a close. From the church, the pallbearers took over the reign of entertainment with a procession that came to a halt at her residence. And then, the final end beckoned on her amidst tears. That was the journey so far for Mrs. Oluwatoyin Osho. The celebration of life continued at the open field of the St. Paul's Anglican Primary School, Osi-Ekiti. Under the giant marquee was a fusion of color that gave the ambience a magnetic glow, which radiated through the faces of guests. Mayor Akimban was no doubt an indispensable factor that gave a fling to the reception. Guests had a good time relishing the sumptuous provisions that dotted their table. Soon, the dance floor was thrown open for the children and their guests to celebrate the glorious exit of their mother in a big way. Red Carpet TV spoke to the widower, the children, and some of the relations.
She's so nice, very accommodating, all the family. I miss her. I know that I miss her.
It was so touching when I lost my mom, but I'm so happy that he left us for good. And the good thing he left us with is what you can see that we are doing. You understand? We have to celebrate her. She's a wonderful mother.
Generous woman, a hard-working woman, and she loved people very well. She accommodates people. She's everything. She's everything to me.
Mrs.Oluwatoyin Osho was a very caring and loving mother. As a matter of fact, there was a time I was even praying to God that God should give me her kind of a wife. But when, as God will have it, I had a good wife, but she was a wife that anyone at all would want to pay for to have as a wife.
We say good night to Mrs. Oluwatoyin Osho.